everybody. My name is Bridget Young and this is Brooke Weathers. We're from the McDonald Weathers team at Coldwell Banker.
And we have some really exciting new information for you guys about reverse mortgages. Dave and Gabe from Premier Mortgage are going to talk to us about it in a minute. But we have so many clients that want to talk about, they want to downsize but stay near their kids, and if they get out of their current home, then it's more expensive to buy a new one and they can't afford a bigger mortgage, and this is an option for you. It's really exciting. You can preserve your retirement funds, you can leave a legacy while you're alive to your kids, not after you're gone, and it's a really smart investment tool also for those of you that are interested, once you're 62 or older. Okay, to you guys.
Thanks, Bridget, Brooke. Yeah, so we're excited just to talk with Bridget and Brooke and the McDonald's Weathers team today. We are going over some of the exciting changes that the reverse mortgage offers, and what Gabe here, who's the reverse mortgage manager of Premier Mortgage, and we are one of the leading originators of reverse mortgages here locally, wanted to go over some of the different examples and kind of highlight the benefits for a particular scenario. So Gabe, have a scenario here that you wanted to go over?
Yeah, thanks David, I appreciate that. And Brooke and Bridget, really excited to be able to present this information to you and your clients and be able to share this. As you said, there's been some really significant changes to reverse mortgages in the last 4 or 5 years that have made this a phenomenal financial tool. There's also some wonderful research that's coming out of the College of Financial Planning in the last few years that have proven and shown that using a reverse mortgage sooner in retirement versus later actually provides a higher probability of financial success than if you were to wait and use it later on. So what I'd like to be able to do, David, as you said, is talk about a very common and traditional situation that we're seeing a lot going on right now in the market. But you know, we're just going to use a rough example, right? So if somebody is selling this home today and they want to go buy a new home, we're talking about an estimated sales price of $600,000, and let's just assume they have a mortgage payoff and a mortgage balance of $100,000. So that puts their net equity at about $500,000, right? With selling costs and realtor fees and such, you know, I'm just going to round this net equity to about what? We'll call it $470,000 of net equity after, again, selling costs. So the question becomes, what can I do with $470,000? Well, and as we know, it's really hard to buy a nice home that you want to age in with $470,000, right? So what are our options? Well, in many cases, to buy the next home that you want to be in for the rest of your life, you actually have to spend more, right? So to sell a house for $600,000 and go buy a house for $750,000 with only $470,000, you know, not that that's not a lot, but what do you do, right? And so the question becomes that the net differential here is about, what, $280,000 needed, right? So you need, okay, oops, I'm so sorry, that's terrible. You can't read that. But we need, right, okay, about $280,000 between the $470,000 to get to the $750,000 purchase price. Well, how do we get there? You know, one option is to use cash, right? So if you've got retirement funds, if you've got assets under management, certainly utilizing cash to supplement this and to be a cash buyer is an option.
It's an option, but not always the smartest financial decision.
Not always. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're taking $280,000 out of your portfolio, you're most likely paying taxes on that, right? Whether it's a retirement account or not. Additionally, as you pull money out of your portfolio, you're going to suffer from future returns, right? You're never ever going to get that money back into the market, and you're not going to make money on that money. So that's one option, not necessarily a great option, but that's one option to avoid a mortgage payment. Secondary option is to get a $300,000 or $280,000 traditional mortgage. Well, traditional mortgage, you might be spending what? You know, $1,800 a month on a traditional mortgage. So, you know, you come down and you get a mortgage, right, for, once again, $280,000, and all of a sudden you have $1,800 per month in a mortgage payment, roughly speaking, right? So this is a lot of money to be servicing on a monthly payment, especially as you might be entering in retirement or entering in a stage of life where your income might be reduced. And ultimately, as we move into a later stage in life and as our income is being reduced, we need to be able to compress our expenses and get our expenses down. So entering into a mortgage payment, might not be an ideal situation. So ultimately, what does that mean? Well, we can come into a reverse mortgage scenario, right? So we can get into a $280,000, reverse mortgage, which, once again, in comparison to this traditional mortgage down here, the beauty is you never have to make a mortgage payment. So all of a sudden, you're improving your cash flow by $1,800 a month, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's over $21,000 a year that you're preserving in cash. Number two, this never requires a payment or to be paid off, okay? As long as you're living in the house, continuing to pay property taxes and homeowner's insurance. So once again, you can live in this home. It's potentially a newer, nicer home in a better community, not necessarily a better community, but in an area that you want to be, in an area in a home that might be
family or
closer to family, or a single story that you can potentially age in place in it more comfortably, and still not have to pull money out of a retirement account and not service this mortgage monthly with a monthly payment. So a reverse mortgage truly allows you to get into a new home with preserving cash and preserving cash flow on a monthly basis by not having to make a payment. So I am really excited about this strategy for a lot of clients around here to be able to, once again, if this home is not the appropriate home for them to age in, but to be able to get into a more appropriate home to be able to age in place. So again, really appreciate the opportunity to share this. Look forward to continuing to present this information in workshops with you and your clients.
Yeah, we are really excited about it. I can't wait to be age appropriate to be able to do it myself. And if any of you are interested in hearing more about this, we're going to have a workshop, so just send us an email if you're interested, or also setting up a one-on-one consultation with Gabe. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.